Woo! Let's go, baby. 2 in a row. Finally took out your team in the playoffs, baby.
Dude, what are you talking about? We beat you in the regular season. We play next week. I'm a Bills fan, man. Check out my new Josh Allen jersey. Bills Mafia, man.
Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to this special Super Wild Card Weekend recap episode of the Trajan Temple Sportcast. I am your host, professional wrestler, and super proud Kansas City Chiefs fanatic Christian Temple, joined alongside as always by the melancholy now turned Bills fan, the terrible towel twirling Trajan. How are we doing this fine week, sir, after the unfortunate exit of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Um, I I don't know. I don't know. Should I have expected this? Yeah, but I'm still heartbroken.
Absolutely. It's such a devastating playoff loss, especially against a team that you have to go to work with the next day for their rival and all that too. It's I don't know the feeling of that, man. I've never felt something like that before in my entire life, ever, ever.
Ever, ever. Not the playoffs, 2016. Definitely not.
No,
Yeah,
no. This nullified that. That game never happened. That's how good this game was
that's
to
how
me.
good this game
That's
was.
how good this
I will
game
give
felt to
you
me.
that. You guys, you guys played us good. Um, I will say if we had an offense, maybe things would be different. But yeah, no, things can't just stay the same like they were in the first quarter, can they?
Nope. That is absolutely correct, and thank God for that, because I lost years of my life on that first quarter and all that. But for those of you not in the know, I won't talk about this week because I am gonna take absolute pleasure in talking about it this week. But as you can see right here, the Kansas City Chiefs take down the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Wild Card round by a final score of 42-21. And as we mentioned earlier, the first quarter, was kind of lackluster there at the beginning. Not a whole lot of scoring going on. Both offenses stalling out until the moment happened. And I will give the devil his due, and that devil being that dastardly TJ Watt. He was a game changer, but luckily it was early in the game when things were on an even playing field. Thank God for that. It wasn't towards the end in a closer environment. Elsewise, that could have ended a lot worse. But I will start by letting you have the floor because the opening 2 quarters, well, rather the opening quarter and the first few minutes of the second quarter, were probably the best moments for the Steelers in this game.
Yeah, we start out. We have to punt it.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, here we go. Already punting it. Deontay Johnson, whatever.
What happened to the
But
hands? The hands!
happened to the hands. And then we stop you guys. I'm like, okay. And then we punt. I'm like, yeah, this is our offense, of course. And then we make you punt. And I'm like, all right. Our defense is holding strong. There's pride on the line on this one.
I've said this
And then
before.
we punt.
The defense was going to drag Big Ben kicking and screaming into the Super Bowl if that was truly the case. It was going to be all on the defense there.
Pretty much. But Ben said, fuck it, we're not going to convert anything here, so we're going to punt the ball again. But then the defense gets the interception. I'm like, here's the moment. Our offense has to come alive from an interception. No, we punt the ball. And then you guys punt. I'm like, okay, our defense is holding in there. Just give us some more splash plays. We punt the ball. Yeah, we punt the ball. But then you guys freaking fumble it because TJ Watt is a beast. But we got the touchdown, and everything was bad after that. I don't remember anything after that.
It wasn't the
I
fun
wasn't
part.
even drunk.
The fun part. It wasn't even TJ that forced the fumble. He just happened to be there and picked it up and ran it for the scoop and score. Although he was the main catalyst of the interception earlier in the game.
Yes.
That interception wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for TJ Watt. That I would give.
You see, why he dropped the ball was because he was so scared because TJ Watt was around.
Oh, I see now. So he was a contributing factor.
Grown men cry.
So one minor thing you skipped over there too. There was a big return on that punt by Mecole Hardman deep into Steelers territory that was saved by the other Watt, Derek Watt, with the shoestring tackle that saved the touchdown. And then the very next play, well, I guess a couple plays later, then TJ Watt making up for rewarding his brother for making that touchdown saving drive with a touchdown of his own. And I will admit, I freaking slammed my hand against my wall when I said, "Are you kidding me? We are really doing this crap again." Oh, I couldn't.
But you were scared.
Oh, I was nervous. I was nervous. As a Chiefs fan, you are. There is no such thing as an easy win in the playoffs either. No such thing at all. But as mentioned, after the scoop and score by TJ Watt, things did not get much better for Pittsburgh, but boy, oh boy, did things start getting really good for Kansas City. So, driving down the field, 8-play, 76-yard drive, just a little over 5 minutes, underhand toss to Jerick McKinnon. And all I gotta say is, holy smokes, Jerick McKinnon. That is not a name that I would imagine making this much of an impact in the playoffs already. That was an awesome performance by him. And it all came down to the next man up mentality, you know. Edwards-Helaire's down, you know, I bet said Damian Williams, Darrell Williams rather. He, was the kind of the catalyst of the scoop and score there too, but he was playing hurt too. He was questionable going into the game. They probably should have kept him out, if he wasn't 100%, but he didn't really have a whole lot of touches afterwards anyway. McKinnon and Gore were the guys for the run game. Get the ball back, force a 3 and out. Another 7-play, 74-yard, 3-minute drive. Patrick Mahomes to the back of the end zone to Byron Pringle, and what a game he had as well. It was a Byron mania running wild all over Pittsburgh's defense there too. Force another 3 and out. We got 2-minute warning now. So, but it's cool. We're up by a touchdown. We're gonna get the ball back next half, and then the sack happens. Patrick Mahomes gets sacked out of field goal range, and I'm like, oh man, 3rd and 20, man. Those are, he used to make those plays all the time back in the day, but defenses have kind of figured out there's no way they would let someone like a tight end get behind them and make a big play on a clutch 3rd and 20 situation. But my God, Travis Kelce sure finds a way to find those empty spaces, especially, and I'm sure you were yelling at Norwood through your TV, he stopped running. He just stopped, and Kelce kept rolling as Mahomes was rolling his direction, and no one was there to cover his tracks. So I don't understand. That's a rookie. He's a rookie, isn't he? That defensive player. I thought he was. I thought I heard that.
Who was it again? I can't remember who did it.
Norwood, number 21, I'm pretty sure, for Pittsburgh.
No, he's not a rookie.
He's not a rookie. Okay, gotcha.
New to the team.
He's new to the team. Okay, first year Pittsburgh Steelers player, but clearly did not learn from last time. The fact that, well, actually, he couldn't have learned from last time because Kelce wasn't on the field last time when you guys played. So it was easy to forget that Kelce was a factor in this game. But 3rd and 20, beautiful pass in stride to Travis Kelce, takes it all away. We got a 21-7 lead going into halftime. All right, now I can start to relax. I was like, okay, our offense is firing on all cylinders. Pittsburgh offense hasn't even made it to Chiefs territory yet in the first half. Your confidence is going to be riding high on something like that. And I'll make this second half quick because I can just see it's eating you alive inside too. But we do have to bring up 2 of the best plays of the game. One being Nick Allegretti, number 73, offensive lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs. Gets open in probably the best way possible, he is one-on-one with TJ Watt, engages him in a block, and then what does he do? He drops him down like a bad habit, and he's wide open at the goal line. Touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes.
Didn't report you.
didn't report eligible. Yeah, that's I didn't hear the call, but I mean, if one of the referees heard him report eligible, then I get whatever. But it was just so much fun seeing TJ Watt crawling on the ground where he belongs. But that was play number 1. Play number 2. Soon after that, Harris.
Don't you bring his name into this.
Najee Harris.
Don't you bring his name into this.
Phenomenal running back. A guy I would trust with my life. I would put my life on the fact that he would protect the ball. But unfortunately, as much control as he had over his balls over the past season, it was all until a gay man entered his life, and then his balls dropped from out from underneath him. That's right, Willie Gay with the strip, and then Frank the Shark Clark, like a bloody carcass in the water, pounces on the ball with a huge turnover, which turns into a quick touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill, which ultimately sealed the fate of Ben Roethlisberger's rotting corpse. His retirement tour has finally ended, and although a couple garbage time touchdowns, gotta give Ben his final send-off, at least getting a couple touchdown passes there too. Final score, 42-21. The Chiefs are moving on, baby. We're going to the divisional round, and oh my god, I am nervous as hell. I can't believe we gotta play the Bills again. Oh, good lord. Oh, they freaking killed the Patriots. Yeah, you. Not only your team, but Brandon Perna's new team as well.
Yeah. We have something in common.
There you go. Super exciting matchup. Absolutely. But I understand you have some final thoughts regarding Ben Roethlisberger. So I've had my moment. I've had my gloating. I will let you have I will let you perform the eulogy for one Ben Roethlisberger now.
Season just wasn't meant to be the final send-off of Big Ben, what he deserves. Not taking no for an answer, just happened to take no for an answer. It's been good years. I honestly, there's brief memories, but I can't really remember a time without Big Ben as the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He elevated us so much. He always had that hope at the end of the game, if it was on the line, that Big Ben's going to do this. You were shocked that he didn't do it. And I think that moment's going to go away for a while. That magic is going to disappear with the Pittsburgh Steelers for me. Just great moments, destroying the Browns, my brother's team, all these years. It's going to suck trying to find the next quarterback. I do realize it is a very tall task. I do have faith in the Steelers organization. They are patient. They're not going to get in a hurry. They're going to do it right. But we're in uncharted territory for most of my life. We've always had Big Ben. It was filling in pieces around him, getting some defensive guys. Now we're going to really have to focus on offense, something we haven't really done for years. We've just kind of developed guys. So I don't think Mason Rudolph is it. I don't think Dwayne Haskins is it. I hope they prove me wrong. But it's just an ending of an era. You one day will realize that when Mahomes puts up his jersey. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it's tough to see him go.
Absolutely. And it's already been reported, Tomlin, the organization, they said like all options are going to be on the table as far as finding the next quarterback to build their offense around too. And that's the right attitude to have it. You never want to put all of your eggs in one basket. You want to try your options. And yeah, it's like you said, he's one of those staples at quarterback, not just for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but for the league as a whole and all that. I mean, you talk about that 2004 class of quarterbacks. I mean, everyone's going to always talk about the Eli Manning controversy and then Phillip Rivers going in that year, but ultimately, probably, you can make a case for Eli, but probably the best quarterback to come out of that draft, stat-wise, would probably be Ben Roethlisberger. He's the only one of those quarterbacks that went to 3 Super Bowls, so winning 2 of them. Eli won a couple Super Bowls too, but
never having a losing season.
Exactly. He's a quarterback. That he'll put the team on his back, and he's clutch in most situations, especially since he's had a lot of great coaches and some good coordinators in his past, and he's had a lot of good weapons to help build the offense around. So, but no, there's no doubt in my mind. Come 5 years from now, when Big Ben's name is called for Canton, I would be gobsmacked if he wasn't selected in the final pool for a gold jacket.
Are you coming with me for that?
Only.
Are you going to Canton?
I probably could, because you'll probably come with me to Kansas City for the draft here in the next couple of years. So
I'll definitely be there for the draft.
We're gonna.
Will you wear a Big Ben jersey?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna wear this Mahomes jersey, and I'm gonna have a big sign that says Mahomes. It's like, never forget Big Ben's final game, 42-21. Your career died at Arrowhead, but it will be remembered forever in Canton. That's what my sign will say.
Disrespect.
Well, there was no disrespect shown by Patrick Mahomes in the meeting at the middle of the field at the end too, saying how he respected him and you remember growing up watching. That's crazy too. It's like, you've got quarterbacks that were kids watching Big Ben play, and now they were his peers for a certain amount of time. So that's just crazy. That just goes to show the longitude of his career and the success he's had in his time as a Pittsburgh Steelers at quarterback as well. So, but
you got to remember, Temple, we are older than some of these stud quarterbacks now.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me. Let me cling on to my youth for as long as I can.
We're the same age, right? We're the same age.
Exactly. I get older, they all stay the same. Oh God. Well, speaking of things that stay the same, we'll be moving on now to the other wild card matchups from the week. And although things may have stayed the same in some of the other games, the first game was quite a shock, because it was a battle of 2 teams with a big chip on their shoulder, some curses that had to be released. The Cincinnati Bengals finally getting the monkey off their back with a final score of 26-19. The Bo Jackson curse has finally ended for them, and Joe Burrow finally proving that he belongs as the face of the franchise, leading his team to victory, a solid win over the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders tried to make it interesting towards the end, but all in all, it was a pretty dominating performance by the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh yeah, no, I was impressed with the Cincinnati Bengals on this. The score obviously looks closer than it really was for most of the game. But yeah, no, Joe Burrow looked like a stud. It wasn't like he went out there and just kind of like Patrick Mahomes just destroyed. But for my new favorite quarterback, Josh Allen. But he played a very good game. And that's going to, I mean, it was a very cold game. It says a lot about their team. They're tough. They're gritty. They're going to find ways to win.
Absolutely. And it's interesting too. You've got a team that last year was not even close to sniffing the postseason, and just the absolute turnaround by Zach Taylor and that offense has just been it's been incredible to see. I mean, not as much obviously for you for division rival, but you just see the night and day difference with the Bengals so far, where they're making noise in the postseason, which is not something they're used to, especially in the last 30 years.
No, I mean, they got hope there, and I think they got good reason for hope.
Absolutely. Well, there was a lot of hope in Foxborough for a certain amount of time there with the resurgence of Mac Jones and that running game of the New England Patriots and their stellar defense, always led by Bill Belichick. But by God, it was that none of that was on display Saturday night as the Bills go to town all over the New England Patriots by a final score of 47-17. It was just complete utter total domination by the Bills, and I can only imagine the 20 plus years of catharsis that was behind this ass whipping in the wild card round against the team that had pretty much called them their bitch for the past 2 decades easily.
Oh yeah, it's the case of the kid that was bullied its whole life, and then the kid becomes a very big man and meets his bully. Uh, they grounded him to a pulp. I mean, I was so happy to see that score. I was like, yes, no more this hype of Belichick versus Brady Super Bowl. It's over. They're out, and the a rookie quarterback winning the Super Bowl can rest easy. Right.
As of this now, as of this moment now, exactly, and it's kind of fitting that the Bills gave the Patriots the shaft because there was a certain object thrown in the end zone after one of the touchdowns that was scored in that game. So a very fitting end for the New England Patriots in this game. But speaking of Brady, as you just mentioned, he had himself quite a game on Sunday afternoon, taking down the Philadelphia Eagles, which, much like another Pennsylvania team, was just pretty much lucky to be there in the playoffs to begin with.
You don't have to say that, dude. I mean, I'm right here. I'm right here. Yeah, no, they kind of looked like our offense in that game. I mean, it was three and outs. The defense was cued in right. They knew that Philadelphia was going to run the ball. I mean, they were a great rushing offense, but they didn't play a lot of great teams down the stretch. And they got in, like you said, they got lucky.
They absolutely did, and there was always a part of me that just hoped and prayed. It's like, come on, fly Eagles, fly! You take down that evil man Tom Brady, but the
Right.
reality slapped every single one of us back in the face. Like, oh, by the way, Brady is still good. By the way, the Buccaneers still have great weapons and a good defense. By the way, they're probably going back to the Super Bowl. And I really hope that last statement is not true, but the previous ones are
The
definitely true.
football gods, the football gods demand a Brady Rogers matchup. That's what
Again?
that's what it is.
Again?
Championship game.
We'll see how that cluster goes. But speaking of a cluster, holy smokes, Dallas! What happened? What happened to you, Dallas? You
Yes.
you you had such a solid team. You put up 50 plus points multiple times against division rivals, and then you let the lingering injury prone San Francisco 49ers walk into AT&T Stadium and just absolutely pick you apart. What is going on down in Dallas right now besides McCarthy? Holy smokes, that was I was not expect I expected it to be close. I'll be
No.
upfront. I expected it to be close. I didn't expect San Francisco to jump out like they did at the beginning. And Dallas was just
No.
lagging behind the whole time. And it's their own fault. They shot themselves in the foot. 14 penalties. 14 penalties. That's tough to win a game when you have double digit penalties and triple digit penalty yardage. And it's just all discipline. It's just no discipline whatsoever on that. And of course, yeah, you can make the argument, yeah, whatever. Dak Prescott, when he ran, the ref, got in the way, spot the ball. The bottom line is this: they really, with all the talent they had, they really shouldn't have put themselves in that position to begin with.
No. I mean, all this year, all we've heard about is these young studs on their defense. Where were these young studs on their defense? I mean, Dak Prescott puts up tons of yards in a game. Where was that? I mean, This was just characteristic of a team that thought they were going to win, thought they were just going to roll over them, and they got punched in the throat.
Their arrogance got the best of them in the worst possible way. So, once again, the Dallas Cowboys are one and done in the postseason. It's you know, you you hate to see him go, but you love to watch him leave, right?
You know, if I have to lose wild card weekend, I'm just glad the Patriots and the Cowboys get dragged out with us.
That's the spirit. But they were not the only ones. The final member to join you guys in the Shadow Realm was the Arizona Cardinals, and this was a mercy killing, honestly. The way things have been going for them the past few weeks. Everyone in the nation, every football fan was hoping maybe it would be a good, solid division rivalry matchup to go into the playoffs. But the Rams, Matt Stafford, congrats on his first career postseason win, and it seemed like it wasn't just him. That defense wasn't gonna let it be even close in that game. They were. You can make the argument DeAndre Hopkins being gone might have been a bad omen for them to begin with, but the Rams were just firing on all cylinders, and there was just no chance whatsoever for Arizona.
No, I mean, half the season DeAndre Hopkins has been out. So you have to know a game plan going in. I mean, obviously fans want to blame it on that, and I understand it. I blamed a certain playoff game of us losing to the Broncos on Antonio Brown being missing. But you got to rise over to that. You have plenty of weapons on that offense. You have a great defense, and you just let him blow you out. And so Kyler Murray did not look sharp. And this is a game that's going to haunt them, I think. You and I, we had them going far this year, and they did for most of the season. But, gosh, the only thing I will say is, Aaron Darnold, come on, man, be smarter than that. I mean, what the heck is that?
I told Trajan earlier. I knew this game was over midway through the third quarter. I went to bed, so I missed the shenanigans that happened soon afterwards too. But that was quite the cluster.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're winning. All you guys say is look at the scoreboard, dude. I mean, you want to talk smack? Yeah, look at the scoreboard. We're owning you right now.
I guess
don't choke the dude.
Yeah, exactly. I guess each player has their own way with dealing with scenarios like that, without getting into too much detail there. But on that note, the stage has been set. All of the divisional round matchups have been laid out. Starting with Saturday at 3:30, the Cincinnati Bengals travel on the road against the Tennessee Titans, and a returning, rejuvenated, reborn Derrick Henry-led offense. And oh my goodness, is this going to be a fun one to watch? I mean, obviously I want my team to beat the Bills, but I don't know if I want to play Tennessee at Tennessee again this year. So I'll be kind of rooting for the Bengals a little bit for that game.
Yeah. I think Bengals are actually going to win this game. I think Bengals-Bills.
You think Bengals-Bills AFC Championship? That unfortunately could very well happen. But moving on to the NFC now, the Saturday night game, a rematch, as it were, of another NFC Championship game from 2019. The San Francisco 49ers will actually travel to Green Bay. This won't be a candlestick this time. The 49ers will take on the Packers at Lambeau Field, 7:15 on Fox, in Aaron Rodgers' definitely a revenge game for Aaron Rodgers, especially after how bad they were beaten in that NFC Championship game back in 2019. Obviously, the score was a little closer than what it was, but the way the 49ers just bounced them in that game, it was over almost in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah. No, the biggest thing is here, it's at Lambeau. It's going to be freezing cold. I don't see a way the 49ers take it. They could surprise us. I just don't see a way they take it.
Absolutely. You know, we didn't think it would be that competitive against Dallas. Who knows? Maybe they'll have some surprises up their sleeves. 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. We have another rematch. Although we have a different quarterback at the helm of one of these teams here, we've got the LA Rams going on the road to Raymond James to take on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We've got Matt Stafford against Tom Brady in the postseason. Who'd have thought we'd be saying that here in 2022?
No, I think the Rams take this. I think Brady gets knocked out.
I hope so. Okay, maybe not knocked out like career-ending.
No, knocked out of the game.
Knocked out of the playoffs. There you go. Get knocked out of the playoffs. Yes, absolutely. I'd love to see the Rams pull off the upset because let's face it, that's exactly what this would be. It'd be an upset. It's going to be that high-powered offense versus the defense of the Rams, and something's going to give, and that's going to be a fun game to watch. I may not have any energy left after watching that game before the main event. The main event, Sunday Night Football on CBS at 5:30. My boys, Chiefs Kingdom, the task is in front of us. Week 5, that's history. We figured out a lot of things about ourselves since then. I believe in us. I believe that we have as good as opportunity as anyone to make it back to the AFC Championship game. And what better way than to take down Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills and solidify Mahomes' spot as the leader of the pack of AFC quarterbacks, taking them down. Exactly. That's that team right there. That's the team. Well, also that team. We already beat that team, but the other team that was up on that note card, we will take them down. We will show them that Week 5 was a fluke, and we will, for a fourth straight year, be back in the AFC Championship game right where we belong. So I am super excited about that, and we hope you all are super excited about the playoffs as we are here too. What a week it's been, super wild card weekend, a lot of highs, a lot of lows, but just leads for a very, very fun divisional round weekend coming up here too. Any closing thoughts before we sign off here, Trajan?
On that note, I'm done for the season.
Also, this is Trajan's final episode. So yeah. Win or lose for Kansas City next week, we will be back. Same bat time, same bat channel, covering the matchups for the championship Sunday for the NFC and the AFC. Also recapping the divisional round, and we hope every single one of you are there to join us along the way. So once again, thank you everybody so much for watching. Click like if you liked the video. Click subscribe if you really enjoyed it. Tell all your friends. We are reaching the climax of playoff football, and we're excited to go on this journey along with you. So on that note, this is Temple and Trajan signing off.